Hello, everybody. Here's another episode of the Cheap Shot Challenge for you. And I didn't think I could get much better than the one I had last time. And when I say better, it's still, who knows? I haven't opened it yet. But if you remember, the last Cheap Shot Challenge was the Benchmark Old Number 8 brand by Buffalo Trace. And it was $11.99 for a full 80 proof regular glass bottle. Now, I was in the grocery store the other day getting a couple more bottles of that because it's so cheap. It's like my regular, it's a good tasting bourbon for basically dirt cheap. So I was looking around at what else they had just for fun. I didn't think I'd be getting anything else until I saw this. This is the Kentucky Gentleman, also 80 proof, glass bottle, no plastic, of course, even cheaper. $10.79 before taxes and whatever else in the state of Ohio. Interesting. Big old bottle, too. Big old bottle here. And it doesn't have much else going on. No story about it, nothing detail wise. It says Kentucky bourbon whiskey with natural flavors, which is not something that they usually say. So it kind of was like, it says it's bottled by the Barton Distilling Company in Louisville, Kentucky, 40% alcohol, 80 proof. But up here on the label, way up at the top, where it says, "We love to hear from our customers. Here's a customer service phone number so you can call and tell them how great or how terrible it is." It has the website for Sazerac. Sazerac, as we know, owns a huge share of the whiskey market and is a pretty well-known name. So now I'm interested. Instead of it just being some no-name, off-label, whatever, it's attached to a big distribution company. So $10.79 for this big old bottle. Is it better than the Benchmark? I don't think it will be, but I could always be surprised. So let's pop that open. No cork, as you can see, just like the Benchmark was a twist off top, which doesn't necessarily mean anything because, as we know before, Japanese whiskeys are almost all screw top unless they're special edition, then they have corks. And they're usually pretty good and far more expensive. So, got that off here. Let's take a sniff from the bottle and see what we got. Smells like there's some flavor in there. Smells like bourbon. Let's find out. Let's see what it smells like in a more open, airy glass here with a smidge of water. Solid color. No lighter or darker than the Benchmark. So far, so good for $10.79 in a glass bottle. I would expect a lot of things in a plastic bottle to be around that price, and I would say no thank you, sir, or madam, or whichever else in between and off on the side that you decide to be. Inclusion. But it smells like a bourbon. It smells like something I would mix with a cola, like the Benchmark or like Jack Daniels. It doesn't exactly smell like Jack Daniels, but it smells like it would have an affinity for a Jack and Coke style drink. Not super fumy. I'm smelling some flavor. So optimistic. Optimistic. Let's take our deep breath and get our palate opened up here. Let's see what we get. Now that's not what I expected. That tastes like a Werther's butterscotch hard candy. It does. Not at all was what I was expecting, and not bad. A bit more alcohol taste on the side compared to the benchmark. Twisting my tongue all up from this flavor. Yeah, a bit more of an alcohol ethanol taste, but not overwhelming and not in a way that spoils the flavor. It has a bit of a bitterness that's cropping up now at the end, now that it's set. But again, not enough to ruin it. It tastes like it would go really well with the cream soda I got not too long ago for the Glenmorangie, X. I'm very surprised. I'm super surprised. Let's see if it still tastes good now that it's adjusted the tastes on the palate here. Yeah, it's like, and it has a little bit more of a fume the second time around. And I kind of kept it in my mouth a little bit and swirled it around. Um, so the fume build up. And so it has a bit of a sour taste if you keep it lingering a little bit. But overall, it is not bad. It is still not the worst I have ever had. And it's not something that I would instantly say absolutely not. I like the Benchmark better because it's a little smoother. But for $10.79, once again, the same judgment I had to make with the Benchmark. The Benchmark was $11.99, $12. And while again, it wasn't the best whiskey I'd ever had, it's not bad. And this is in that same ballpark. This is so far the lowest price thing I've had here for full proof that was still good. This beats out a lot of the cheaper stuff that was only like $10 straight up or a little bit less, because those were about, maybe 40 proof and things like that. So they had a lot less alcohol and they were too sweet or they were too this, too that, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It is not at all what I expected. I expected it to be like as close to just straight alcohol as you could get for $10.79 with no extra labels and stuff being in this big old glass bottle, because this is a lot for $10.79. There's more in here than the Benchmark at $12.99 or at $11.99. So here we go. The point of the Cheap Shot Challenge is how inexpensive can you get and still have a good taste and a good proof. And this is right now the lowest you can get so far. $10.79 for something that still tastes good, that's still full proof. There you go. Kentucky Gentleman. Currently, while not the tastiest thing I've had for the Cheap Shot Challenge, it is still the lowest price that's decent. So it is currently the new champion of the Cheap Shot Challenge. I'm extremely surprised, very surprised. But yeah, so if you see this in your local store, by all means, pick it up. Somebody's food is burning in that oven right now. But yeah. At this point, I think if you guys see this video on YouTube or Facebook or wherever it goes, I would like to hear your stories about the lowest price things that you have ever found that were in this ballpark that tasted good, and tell me how they compare to what I've just experienced here. Because now I'm kind of on a hunt. I started the Cheap Shot Challenge just to see what I could get for a low price. And now I'm finding that there are some really excellent things in that price range. And I want to find out more. I'm now on a mission to find out just how low I can get while still having something worth buying. So there you go. That's my verdict on the Kentucky Gentleman. Decent flavor. Would probably mix very well, again, with a cola or a cream soda. I'm going to try that probably in a bit here, after this settles a little bit, and then maybe I'll get back to you. But that's it. Just a short one. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you all next time.